Okay, this is my four-string banjo approach. I'll give you a little music, and I'll give you a little instruction. Well, what are you going to do to share Christ with people? I'll tell you the first thing you need to do is you need to talk about Christ. Most people respect Christ. And so I think a good question is what I often do. I'll say, do you know why Christ came and what he came to do and why he came? And maybe they don't know. And then I can say something like this. How would you like to have access to as much wealth as you could possibly ever need? Would you like that? Well, how would you like to have your needs met, not only for this life, but for all? In fact, you might not even get much in this life, but you may not. You might not. In fact, you might be poor, but you can have wealth for all eternity. How does that sound? Well, God, he does have a perfect plan for you. Perfect plan for you. All you have to do is want to be like his son, be like his son, be like his son, be like his son. That's the kiss. That's the question. Do you want to be like his son? But to do that, people have to realize they don't qualify. Okay? So I ask this question. I give them a little flyer. I think I've showed it to you before about how that you have to be perfect to get to heaven. Perfect. A lot of times I'll tell them, how many sins did it take to get Adam and Eve kicked out of the garden? One sin. Because they weren't perfect. And if you're not perfect, you don't get to go to heaven. Well, most people would say, of course, nobody's ever perfect. Right? Well, then I say, well, how would you like to have a perfect body? Would you like to have that? Oh, well, now I have a perfect body. But it's not perfect now. But what if it were? Wouldn't it be wonderful? A perfect body, a perfect body, a perfect body, a perfect body. Well, you can have a perfect body, perfect body, perfect body, perfect body. Okay. Well, how would you? And so I asked them, how would you like to have a body that's perfect physically, mentally, morally? Wow, that's pretty good, huh? Now I tell them, I can tell you how that can happen. Oh, they say it's impossible. It can't happen. Yes, it can. And so I tell them, first of all, this is what I say. If you look at this track, it says only perfect people get to go to heaven. Sad, huh? Well, then we would say, guess what? No one gets to go there. Because no one is perfect, get it? Nobody's perfect, so no one gets to go there. Well, these are the words that were taken right out of the quote from the very mouth of Christ in Matthew 8:48. Matthew 8, verse 48 says, Christ commanded his followers to be as perfect as God is perfect. Wow. Well, that can't be. Well, how can that be? Well, I want to tell you, and I tell them this, I want to tell you that God has given you the directions about how you can be perfect. Are you interested in me telling you how that can actually be and how you can be an eternal millionaire? Well, you might not be here. In fact, you might not have it here, but who cares? I mean, which player who's in the Super Bowl thinks about all getting beat up and knocked around, and like Jerry West, he used to play basketball, you know. He's the logo on the NBA. logo. And you know, he had his nose broken in 5 different places. It was a painful thing for him to be a hero. But guess what? After he has all kinds of NBA awards and so on. And the one who really serves Christ will have eternal riches beyond your fondest imagination. Now, what I really want to do, are you interested in what God has to say in the Bible? Are you really interested? Now, to reinforce this, I would say, they would say, well, I'm not sure, but Christ, I tell them, taught that although they think, that many people think they're going to heaven, very few people get to go there. Because, see, the common idea is that most people think that unless you're really bad, you don't, if you're really, really bad, you don't go to heaven. Otherwise, you get to go there. But we have to be specific and say, God has a plan whereby you can be perfect, but you have to listen to what I have. Can I just have 15 minutes to explain to you how you can get ready to go to heaven? Are you interested in that? And so I leave them with that. And so this is just the opening thing to get. You want to get people to the point where they say, yes, I want you to explain to me how I can have this eternal life, this incredible. And so most people do not know that you can know for sure you're going to heaven. And so how can that be? Well, we're going to talk about that in the next video. Thanks.